Welcome back. Old Dominion finds itself down by 10 at the break. John Castleberry along with Cal Ballard. Good to have you with us as the Lady Monarchs, of course, very interested in what's taking place around the league, but obviously they've got business to take care of here. James Madison, first place in the conference right now. The fairly comfortable lead at home over Towson. Now the team right behind Old Dominion, UNC Wilmington. Good lead at home against Georgia State. Of course, that time of year, everybody's got to take care of business on the court, but then they certainly want to find out what's going on around the league because they're jockeying for position. They know that those first four teams, Cal, get those first day buys at the CAA tournament.
That's right. And that fourth spot, again, so coveted when you're trying to get into that conference tournament.
Yeah. The standings right now, as we said, James Madison entrenched in first place, but only by a game. Now, they're certainly catchable, and they've split with the Lady Monarchs so far this year. And the tournament is on a neutral site. Keep in mind, they'll be at Upper Marlboro, Maryland at the Showplace Arena there. So that'll be a much different situation because Madison's had it after Delaware hosted it. George Mason's hosted it. Old Dominion hosted it for many years, but truly a neutral site for the CAA women's basketball tournament.
Man, what a great job new coach Cynthia Cooper has done at Wilmington.
Old Dominion fortunate to get by that much improved Seahawk team this past weekend. And as we said, they've got their hands full tonight, down by 10. We'll come back with more from halftime right after this, so stay with us. Some of the crowd pretty happy with what they've seen so far tonight at the Siegel Center on the campus of VCU as the homestanding Rams of VCU on top by 10 at the break, 31-21 over the Old Dominion Lady Monarchs. Cal, if you're in that Old Dominion locker room right now, a couple of messages I'm sure you're trying to get across. What would number one be?
I think number one would be somebody's got to take care of the basketball. A lot of offensive fouls, a lot of travel calls, a lot of turnovers in general. So got to take care of the ball and try to get some shots because you don't get those possessions back when you give them away.
And if you're Beth Cunningham of VCU, what are you saying to your team?
Well, I think you've done a good job. You weathered the initial storm, and come back and continue to fight the same way. Keep the intensity up defensively because that's really where they've done the job.
Let's take a look at how VCU was able to build this 10-point lead. Early on, Old Dominion had the advantage. They led by as many as 5.
Absolutely. Old Dominion was getting it done early in this game with transition, creating a few turnovers for themselves defensively and then knocking some shots down, getting those easy baskets in transition. But the tide quickly turned, and VCU took over the basketball game. Lane knocking down the nice three-pointer in transition, and Courtney Hurt showing her range from three-point land.
Courtney Hurt well on her way to her 20th double-double. That was a nice play, a nice pass, and then Parks with the finish.
And Robin Parks showing great body control for her size. Again, running the floor, putting the ball on the floor, and the finish.
Field goal percentages, really not off that much. Nothing. I mean, the big thing is the turnovers. More than double the number of turnovers Old Dominion has than VCU.
Absolutely. When you give that many possessions away, the other team gets that many more shots, and that's really the story right now for VCU.
And of course, again, Old Dominion would certainly like to get the W, remain a game behind James Madison, assuming James Madison wins, and then they could worry about taking care of business on Sunday up in New York at Hofstra. We'll take another timeout and come back with more right after this, so stay with us.